Hello,
Hello,
what's your name?
my name is James Balaji.
Do you have difficulty with your vision?
No,
Do you have problem in your eye?
no.
Okay. To check the visual acuity test, use a well-lit ceiling visual chart. Position the patient 20 feet away from the chart. Ask the patient to cover one eye with the chart to prevent looking through the fingers and to read the smallest line print possible. Patient not able to read big letter, position them closer to the chart and note the intervening distance. Visual field by confrontation. Confrontation testing is a valuable screening technique for detecting of lesions in the interior and posterior visual pathway. Position yourself about an arm length away from the patient. Close one eye and add the patient covered the opposite eye. Patient's field of view, place your hand about 2 feet apart out of the patient view, roughly lateral to the patient ear. Wiggle your finger slowly. Kinetic red target facing the patient. Move a 5 mm red top pin inward from beyond the boundary of each quadrant along a line bisecting the horizontal and vertical medians. Ask the patient when the pin first appears to be red. Inspect the eyebrows to find out any scaliness of underlying disease. Eyelids, note the position of the lid in relation to the eyeball. Inspect the region of lacrimal gland and lacrimal sac for swelling. Look for excessive tearing or dryness of the eye. Inspect clearness and palpable contact IVA for color. To get a fuller view, place your thumb on the cheek of the bone and index finger on the eyelid and spread the eyelid to get the fuller view of the eye. Inspecting cornea for each eye for opacity. Note any opacity in the lens may be visible through the pupil. Inspect each iris. The marking should be clearly defined with your light shining directly from the temporal side. Examine the pupils. Test the pupillary reaction. The patient to look into the distance and shine a bright light obliquely into each pupil. Both glaze and oblique lighting helps to prevent an ear reaction from the direct reaction. Extraocular muscle examination. To test the extraocular muscle examination, place a pencil in front of the patient and move it left and right. Watch for the pupillary constriction into focus and strict, hence the patient found to be normal. Inspect the light reflection in the corneas. They should be visible slightly nasal to the center of the pupil. The six cardinal direction of glaze, making the wide edge in the air, lead to patient extreme right and upright to downright. Without pause, move towards extreme left and up left and down left and bring it to the center, up center and down center. Hello,
Hello,
what's your name?
my name is James Balaji.
Do you have a problem in your ear?
No,
Do you have a problem in your listening?
no.
Okay. Inspect auricle and surrounding tissue for deformities, lump or lesions, ear pain, discharge or inflammation is present. Now we can inspect the air canal and drum. To inspect the air canal, use otoscope. To place the otoscope, pull the ear up and backward slightly away from the edge and insert the speculum directly into the ear canal, directing it somewhat down and forward and through the air. Any non-tender nodule swelling covered by normal skin. Whispered voice test. For this test, stand 2 feet behind the sitting patient so that the patient cannot read your lips. Occlude the non-test hearing with a finger and gently rub the triggers in a circular motion to prevent transfer of sound. Tuning fork test the range of conversation speech. Test the form light vibration by bristling stroking in between the thumb and index finger. Vapor test, which is the best for lateralization. Place the base of the slightly vibrating tuning fork femur on the top of the patient's head. Next, test the air conduction and bone conduction. Place the base of a lightly vibrate link tuning fork on the mustard bone behind the ear and level with canal and ask the patient, can he hear the vibration?